Today's lesson is going to be on a Robert Johnson tune called Preachin' Blues, and this song is in Vestapol, open D, with a capo on the 2nd fret. So I'll have the tuning for that below. What I'll do is go through basically all the different sections of the song. So first I'll go through the intro, then really 3 different moves that he uses that pretty much covers the entire song. So starting with the intro then, I'll play it once through and then we'll go through that. So Preachin' Blues starts with a slide up the 5th string into the 12th fret, if we take into account the capo on the 2nd fret. And right after that slide you hit the top 2 strings. And then you re-slide into it with the top 3 strings, and then you hit that top string singly. 3 strings and top string. And then what he does is a rake down from top to bottom, and then he snaps that bottom string. After this, he plays the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. Then he plays it as a double stop between this string fretted at that 3rd fret and the 4th string open. And then he plays the 3rd string open. And then he just plays his typical turnaround, hitting the bottom string and then the octave. Then on that 2nd string, this is how it goes. It's just chromatically downward from the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And then you've got the intro. The second part of the song is really the main riff that he plays throughout the tune. And it's a really percussive style. So this is actually how it goes. What you want to get going is that right hand. And so if we just get the notes down for that top string, it starts at the 12th fret, then goes to the 10th fret, then it's a slide from the 2nd fret into the 3rd, and then it's the open string. And what you're doing with the right hand is a lot more important, and what you want to really get is that motion. And you'll notice that for that last note, you sort of delay the note and then play it. But if we just get that motion down, I find that it's really good to exaggerate it at first. And what you're doing with that thumb is really hitting the strings more than anything. And immediately, if not the moment you hit it, muting it with the side of your right hand. So the thing about exaggerating the move at first is that you will really get the muscle memory in your hands and in your fingers. So snap with the 1st string and then come down with the thumb. And keep in mind that last note's rhythm once again. And just for clarification, I guess, where you'll want to hit with your thumb, the region of strings, would probably be the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. But that should cover it. He does change it at times. But with that general motion, especially with that right hand, you should be able to figure it out if you've got the original recording. The other section is the little sliding move he plays. And this is how that goes. And I should have played that with a downward slide. And really how that all plays out is a slide on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, open, 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then back to that 3rd string open. And for those notes that you play vibrato on, he plays a really heavy vibrato. So, like I was mentioning, like I have mentioned in previous videos, I find the best way to get that heavy vibrato is to plant your thumb at that one spot and use that as your point to focus all your weight so that you can have a really heavy vibrato without actually causing any strain on your shoulders. And then that slide in from above into the 10th, the 8th fret, sorry, of the 4th string. And then you come back to that. So altogether that's okay. Now the next section is a little more intricate. And it's a lot of fun to play once you get it. The problem is the process of getting it. But the way it goes, and I'll play it slow, okay, so the beginning rhythms are really important to get. What you'll be playing on the bass is a 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and then just that first part is. So hit that with your thumb, and then come across the strings like we were hitting earlier for that main riff, and then the top 2 strings, and try and get a good snap out of them. And then immediately after, you'll be sliding into that 12th fret with your slide. And then he plays this next thing on the offbeats. And it's kind of interesting. It's a lot like a riff that Charley Patton would play. He plays and just those 3 notes. So that's starting on that 3rd fret of the 2nd string, then hitting the bass strings, down 1 fret, and then to the 1st fret. So it's really important here to listen to the original recording, and you'll have to keep a good ear out for it because he plays it very fast, but it's so it's kind of an interesting riff in that it's on the offbeats. I don't think I perfectly played it on the offbeats there, but if you listen to the original recording, you'll get what I mean. This next part is where it gets kind of interesting with the slide. You start at the 12th fret on the top 2 strings with your slide, and then slide up from the 10th fret back up to the slide, and then you hit with your thumb. And then what happens is he comes back down here and he slides from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret, kind of on both strings. And then what he does is does a heavy slide on the 5th fret of the 5th string. And then he plays on the 3rd fret, that little lick starting at that 3rd string, where he'll slide up from the 2nd to the 3rd fret on the 3rd string, then hit the 4th string open, and then hit the top 2 strings. So a really classic slide move there. Alright, once again. And he'll play that sort of again a second time, but in between there he'll be with the thumb and then quick hit on the top 2 strings and then another bass hit. And then once again, like I was saying, he'll come right back up, same slide from the 10th to the 12th, but this time he hits the strings individually from the top string and then to the next string. And then this time he'll only slide on that top string. And he'll slide up from the 2nd to the 3rd and then take his slide off so that it's almost like a pull off into that top string. And then there's that same slide into the 5th fret of the 5th string. And then the same move once again on the 3rd, starting on the 3rd string. Places where he plays a lot of vibrato or does any other small nuances, make sure you listen to the recording out for that. But with those moves and the intro, that should set you up pretty well for playing Robert Johnson's song Preachin' Blues.